Well, in a story that we teased just a moment ago, Strive Asset Management is going to dual list 13 of its NYSE listed ETFs on NYSE Texas. And joining me now to talk more about it is Matt Cole, Strive's CEO. Matt, thank you so much for joining. And why this move?
Yeah, so it was about a year ago that Strive itself actually moved our headquarters to Texas. Why did we do it? It's about capitalism and protecting capitalism, promoting capitalism. And NYSE obviously saw this as well, launching NYSE Texas. You might say, why does the New York Stock Exchange launch in Texas? Because they are lovers of capitalism. And so we have a great relationship with NYSE. When we launched our first ETF drill, we rang the bell at NYSE. When we launched our first fixed income ETF in 2023, we rang the bell again. And so we just have such a great relationship with NYSE. So when they launched NYSE Texas, around when we happened to be moving to Texas, there was no better fit in the asset management industry to list and be the first to list than Strive. And so we're really happy to expand that partnership and list in Texas.
Yeah, can you talk to me any more, Matt, about Strive's connection to the state of Texas?
Yeah, it really happened organically. So we see data of who buys our ETFs, where do inbound questions come from, and on every metric that we have data, Texas was the number one state in the country that was doing business with Strive. And at Strive's, core foundation is financial freedom, capitalism, innovation, even now a Bitcoin focus for our firm. But all of the metrics pointed to Texas being the leading state in the nation. So it just became so natural for us to move and now to list our ETFs in the state of Texas.
And Matt,
Y'all Street is a real thing.
Yes. Walk us through the ETFs that are now going to be dual listed on NYSE Texas.
Yeah, so of our 13 ETFs, 11 of them are passively managed equity ETFs. The differentiator of those ETFs relative to other large asset managers is our approach to corporate governance. And so our belief is that when selecting a passive ETF manager, you should look at fees, you should look at returns, and you should also look at the approach that the asset manager takes in engaging and voting the shares on behalf of the client. And so our focus again there is pushing corporations to unapologetically accept capitalism, unapologetically lean into AI innovation. We believe there's a big opportunity for corporations to adopt Bitcoin on their corporate balance sheets. So that's a current focus of our firm there. That's for 11 of our ETFs. The other 2 are actively managed fixed income ETFs. So my background, I worked at CalPERS for 16 years. I ran a $70 billion bond portfolio, and we've taken that expertise and launched a couple fixed income products as well. We have about $2 billion of AUM at the moment.
And what's next for Strive?
Yeah, so Strive itself is actually on the path to go public. We announced a reverse merger with a publicly traded company and to become a Bitcoin treasury company. So we raised over $750 million in a pipe. We expect that transaction to close by early fall, and we expect to be one of the major players. And we think that space has a lot of room to come, and we've been on record predicting over a 50% turnover in the S&P 500 over the next 15 years. And we think the new companies that are going to come in are going to be AI companies and Bitcoin treasury companies. So we hope to be one of those companies in the years to come.
Incredible. And what do you make of the market conditions now and how that may or may not have impacted your decision?
Yeah, I mean the market conditions this year have been crazy. What a strong decline and then a rip up to new all-time highs in the stock market. And to me that was not surprising because the story of this year was never going to be about tariffs. It was always going to be about AI. And I think it is AI innovation that's driving better margins, this positive outlook for the economy. I think the economy is strong. I think Bitcoin is going to continue to be a major, major winner over the next 5 years. And so to me, the story is simple. And it's Bitcoin, AI, and then if there was a third, it will be energy.
It's incredible to see what has been playing out, of course, with the stock market now right near a record high. Matt, are you making any trips to Texas soon to celebrate this dual listing?
I actually live in Texas. I live in the Dallas area, so I am in Texas all the time, although I do travel quite a bit these days. But yeah, no, we are here. We are ready to celebrate. So people that are in Texas, reach out.
Yeah, it's incredible. Well, we hope to see you down there in Dallas soon. And anything else our viewers should know about Strive and where this firm is going?
Yeah, so again, just where this firm is going, our initial focus as a firm was pushing back against a lot of the constraints of the ESG movement. Our view is that that battle has largely been won and that capitalism is back in style in America. So we will always push for those same core tenets, capitalism, meritocracy, but our view is the best way we can leverage our talents is pushing for corporate adoption of Bitcoin. So that is where we are going. That is our number one focus as a firm.
Matt, we hope to see you down there in Dallas soon. Again, that's Matt Coles, Strive CEO. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.